morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
I wonder what could, oh, good morning, third graders. My name is Mrs. Nix, and I am so excited that you're here on Friday. Happy Friday morning. So, what was I just doing? Well, I'm going to tell you. I was practicing being an amazing thinker, reader, and writer by using this fun activity book that we are sending home for free from PBS. It's super easy to get. All you need to do is send me a little note. Do you see that address? It's going to pop up on the screen. There it is. So write down that address, send me a note, and then you can practice being an amazing thinker, reader, and writer. This one had a fill in the blanks. There's also all sorts of fun activities, word searches and word scrambles, all those good things to get us thinking in the mornings. Boys and girls, all you need to do in your letter to me is let me know. You can share something you're learning, something fun that you've done recently. Maybe it's a book that you just finished reading and you just want to tell somebody about it. I'd love to hear. So send me a note. You can email me or write me a letter. But don't forget to include your address so I can send that for you. All right, boys and girls, here at PBS, we love to celebrate our reading successes. And we're always looking for really good books. And where can we check out books? Well, we have a lot of options. But two of them I always like to celebrate and share with you is you can check out your books through your local county library or by going onto our free app here in Fresno Unified, Sora. And in Fresno, we love to cheer on our schools that are using this particular app to check out our books because we know that you're doing an amazing job of reading. So we've got a poster here of our top 5 schools that have been checking out books from Sora. So right here in first place, because it's Friday, it's time for us to count that down. We're going to go right here, and we have Wilson Elementary. So Wilson, you guys are in our top spot, so congratulations. Boys and girls, if you would like to have your school here on our poster, it's super easy. Just check out those books with Sora and maybe tell a classmate or two. Okay, so boys and girls, are you ready to start our day? Excellent. We have 3 things that we've been practicing all week long. We have our homophones, our R-controlled syllables, and some multiple meaning words. You ready to start? Let's warm up those brains. When I say warm up our brains, we're going to think about and use our high frequency words. Remember, these are words we come across often in reading and writing, and so it's important that we not only be able to read them, but to write them, especially now that we're in 3rd grade. And really, let's be honest, we're getting closer to 4th grade, so these should be getting easier and easier all the time. Good job. All right, let's go through, let's read them together. Here we go. There, then, them, these, they, things, think, this, and those. All right, so we have this and those today. This is T-H-I-S, and those T-H-O-S-E. Now, a little difference with these 2 words. So this is typically when we're talking about one item, and those when we're talking about more than one. Okay, help me use them in a sentence. So, who do shoes belong to? And would you like some of ice cream? Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. Which one has more than one? Shoes is plural. So who do those shoes belong to makes sense. And would you like some of this ice cream means that we're only talking about one ice cream, right? That's going to help us to make sense. Who do those shoes belong to? And would you like some of this ice cream? All right, let's go through, let's talk about some syllabication. Especially in third grade, we're starting to get to those longer multisyllabic words. It's important for us to figure out how we chunk them down into those smaller bite-sized pieces to be able to read them. Now, we've talked about syllables. Every syllable has one vowel sound. So when we're talking about R-controlled vowels, well, we just know that we're going to keep that R paired up with that vowel. Okay, so when I say R-controlled, just remember A-R, E-R, I-R, O-R, U-R, those are our R-controlled vowels. Let's look and see, what do they look like in words? So we've got artist. Now you can see I highlighted the A-R in red right here, so we know that that's the R-controlled vowel. Art-ist. So we've got two vowels, so we know it's going to be two syllables. Art-ist. And the same can be said over here. We've got charming, and we've got one vowel, so the AR is going to count as our one vowel here, and ING, the I is our second vowel, so we've got two syllables. We're going to break it apart. We've got charm and ing, charm-ing. Excellent job. All right, let's switch down and talk about homophones. All week we've been talking about homophones, and homophones are words that sound alike, but they're spelled differently, and they have a different meaning. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Let's look here. I've got, here's a set of homophones, blue and blue. Now they sound the same, but look, they're spelled differently and they have a different meaning. Blue, B-L-U-E, is just like, you can see this color of this paper right here is blue. It's the color blue. So is this chart. It's also blue. Now, this word, B-L-U, or B-L-E-W, blue, it's the past tense of the word blow. So if I were to say blow out your candles, you could say, I blew out all of the candles once it's done. Okay, so we know that these both have different meanings. So let's put them in a sentence right here, and I've left some spaces where the word blue goes. I blew the blue horn. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go backwards today. Blue horn, I know I'm talking about the color of a horn, right? And what do I do with horns? Yep, I have to blow in them. So I blew the blue horn. Look how silly that is. But it makes a point, right? Okay, let's go through and let's practice some of these homophones in a story today. So this one happens to be about bears. And as we're reading today, there's a couple of sets of homophones that we're going to come across. And I want to see, can you spot them as we're reading today? All right. So this one's called The Bears. I love our little grizzly bear, our little black bear that's over here. It's a handsome guy. So let's find out about bears. So this is Alaska's Denali National Park. Had many visitors last year. Some rode buses through the park on a 90-mile road. Ooh, I'm going to stop right there. Did you see it? Did you see a homophone? I could almost hear you guys shouting all the way down here in PBS. So some rode buses through the park on a 90-mile road. So we've got a pair right there. All right, I think there's one more set. Let's see if you can find it. They hope to see the American black bear and other wild animals along the way. Black bears eat mostly plants, berries, and insects, but they'll eat fish too. Ooh, we talked about this one, huh? In the winter, there is little food. The land and bushes are bare. Ooh, do you see it? Yeah, there's a word right there, bear. What does that type of bear mean? Is that like a grizzly bear? No, that means that in the winter, there's little food. There's not a lot there. It's very barren. There's nothing there. Then a bear knows what to do. It will find a den, sleep, and wait for warmer weather. A male black bear can weigh 600 pounds. It may be 60 inches long from nose to tail. The female is smaller. Her weight is about 150 pounds. Around age 4, a female usually has 2 cubs. Cubs stay with her for 2 years. Visitors must leave mother bears alone. Why do you think visitors would need to leave that mother bear alone? Yeah, that's right. Do you think that she's going to protect her bears, her cubs? Absolutely. So, boys and girls, I want to just briefly talk about what did we see in here. And we highlighted a couple of them. Rode and rode right there in a sentence. And then I circled the word bear because we had two different meanings for that, right? It's a homophone. They are spelled differently. Bear and bears, or bear, this is that animal like the picture, and bear, B-A-R-E, is talking about that there's nothing there. There's no trees or plants or bushes or anything for it left to eat. So it's important we're always thinking as we're reading. Okay, let's finish up today. Our last little bit, we're going to talk about multiple meaning words. Now, multiple meaning words, even though they're similar to a homophone because they may sound the same, the difference is that a multiple meaning word can mean something entirely different even if it's spelled the same and pronounced the same. So these are words that are the same word. So let's look at today's example. We have the word worked. Now, worked can mean 2 different things. It could talk about that you've labored, you've worked at something. It can also mean that you did something successfully. So it worked, like turning on the light bulb for the first time. We would shout, "It worked." Okay, so today let's go through and let's read it in a sentence and decide how is the word worked being used in this sentence. On December 17th, 1903, the Wright brothers tested their new flyer. It worked. So, were they working or did they do something that was successful? Yes, they did something that was successful. So their glider finally was able to fly for the first time in 1903, and they said, "It worked." Excellent. Boys and girls, it's been a fantastic week hanging out with you here at PBS. We have gone through and we have practiced those R-controlled syllables, those homophones, and remember, put that up, put your little banana up just like that so you can remember you're listening for that sound. So homophones as well as multiple meaning words. And I know that as you're reading, you're finding them and thinking about them. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today as you're getting ready for school. Remember, you're responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask questions, and share your ideas because together we can do so much more. I hope you have a fantastic and safe weekend. I look forward to seeing you back here on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.